So the winning townhome design in Los Angeles is Unit 7C, Rock Row Developments by Heyday Partnership. It's a really nice design.
And it was submitted by Jody J, and it scored 19 out of 20
That's right.
on the slow home test.
So that's almost perfect. I think this is one of the nicest townhouse projects that we've seen, certainly deserving of the slow home award. And I think that Heyday deserves full marks for the way in which they're going about this kind of really sensitive urban infill.
And the thing that I like about it is it's just so modest. You know, like it for the square footage. There's a lot going on, but in a very, very simple, modest way. And they've really thought about what it would be like to live here. And they're really trying to maximize the quality of the spaces on the inside by doing all the stuff with the balconies and the lighting and the layout and stuff. And it's really, really well done.
So we should talk about the units because it scored really well. This is the winning unit. The whole project is great, but this was the one that was nominated that won. And 3 stories, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square feet, 320 square feet of balcony space. And this is a 2-bedroom unit, and rather than having the bedrooms crammed into one floor, by separating them into different floors, you're able to have a much more luxurious, or if not luxurious, at least generous kind of living space.
Yeah, and then the second floor, the thing that I really like about it is it's open, so you've got views through the entire unit. But it's very clear at the same time where all the functions are. Like the dining has a really unique location and a relationship to the terrace. And then the living space, the thing I like about it is it can be oriented towards the street as well as towards the courtyard.
Yep.
So you've got that really, again, interesting relationship that you don't typically have in a townhouse.
For me, it's delightful to come up the top of the stairs and have that terrace right there on the right hand side. It's so unexpected in the townhouse, in the middle of a townhouse, to come up and have a light streaming in like that. It's really beautiful. And what I like about it is that there isn't just the connection here from the living room into that terrace, but also from the kitchen. It's really, really nice. Well, that's probably enough of us talking at the moment. Why don't we go and have a look at our interview with Kevin.
Hey, so I'm here at the Rock Row project in Los Angeles, California, and this was one that was voted on by our viewers as being the best townhome category. And it's a really interesting project because it's a design-build project, and I'm standing with the person who's made this all happen, and describe the project.
It's a 15-home project that has 5 different floor plans. So there's about 3 of each, and they range from 1,300 square feet to 1,600 square feet. And we started sales last March. They average around $500,000, and we managed to sell out in about a month. So obviously the public was very interested in a project like this. It's most people think it's condominiums, but it's not. It's a small lot subdivision. So between the houses right here, there's the property line that goes between them, and the houses are constructed.
So one of the most interesting things that Kevin talked about was the small lot subdivision and the whole idea of that.
I think that's really cool too, because it's one of the things that is a pressure for those people that are looking as an alternative to single family houses, is giving up that notion of owning the land.
Right.
And if we look at the site plan, they actually talk about how they show how the different lots are actually just side by side, just like in a regular subdivision. It's just that the houses are really, really close. So they show this drawing here of a small lot where basically you've only got a few inches in between.
Yeah, but they look like they're attached, but they're not.
They're not.
And that was a really interesting thing.
So legally, you own everything around your house.
So this is a LEED certified project, and that was one of the things that the Heyday partnership was really interested in. So what are some of the main environmental features that you've incorporated?
It starts with just the density of the project. It's really high density, building on an existing lot that's near mass transportation, and then it goes all the way through to the finishes, tankless hot water heaters, solar panels, the Heyday wood we use in the entryways, FSC certified, bamboo floors. So it's basically everything from choosing the site all the way down to the finishes. Some aspect of everything in between is environmentally friendly.
the thing that I thought was really interesting about this is that the green aspect of it was really integrated into the design. I mean, it was
at all levels,
at all different levels. So it was integrated at a technical level, but also in an aesthetic level, like it was part of the actual look of the project. And we can use that example of the driveway as you know, here what they're doing is they've spec'd a landscape paver that actually allows the grass to grow through it, so it counts towards the permeable surface of the site and helps with the rainwater collection, but it's also something that visually identifies it as a unique thing within the community.
That's right, exactly. And then there's the daylighting through the unit by having fairly shallow units, and having that center space also then allows light to come in on both sides to both of the units for natural ventilation, which is also a critical concern.
Yep.
So one of the biggest issues that I noticed when I first looked at the plans, and you really see it when you're down there, are those terraces.
Because there's not much rear yard or yard area, we kind of took the yard area and stepped it up vertically. So each floor has numerous balconies. I think there's 46 outdoor balconies on the project.
I love it when their designers are able to do something that contributes to the project in a whole bunch of different ways.
Exactly.
Because in this case, you know, it's great to have outdoor living space because, you know, from the connection from the indoors to the outdoors, but it's also helping with the green agenda because it's providing daylighting by creating, typically, I mean, these are, most townhouses we see have no light on the sides, right? So, and they've carved out these spaces that allow daylighting to come into the unit on different levels.
Right, and you can see that specifically on the second floor. That's a really good point. Above the garage, right here, we have that outdoor terrace, and it lets light deeply into the plan right there, as well as along the side. Creates a great outdoor living space. It's lovely.
Yeah, and I like the fact that they are different sizes. So you can imagine one you could have set up as an outdoor room. Another one you could set up with a table. Another one could just be for going out and getting some fresh air. So there's different uses that you can have.
Yeah, they really are outdoor rooms.
Yeah.
So aside from just the building itself, there's also the process and the people behind us that I think is remarkable, and also really very slow. And we didn't know that when it was first voted on and nominated and all the rest. But when we went down and met the people at Heyday, it really was quite remarkable.
Yeah.
So, can you just give us a bit of a summary about Heyday?
Heyday is me and my brother Hardy. I finished architecture school, and he finished his real estate development master's in 2002. At that time, the market was really good, so it was easy for two young guys like us to get construction financing. And we started that four-unit apartment building, and then it went well. We made money, and we just kept rolling it into other projects. We do everything here, so we buy the land, and we identify it, and then my brother will give it to me and say, how many homes can fit here. I'll do the initial site plan. We can make sure that we're going to make a profit and have a good project. And then I'll take it through entitlements and through plan check. And then he comes back on as the general contractor. So by doing everything from the very beginning to the very end and being here on site, we just cut out so much cost. Yeah, it's me and him. We believe in keeping it small, keeping it slow, keeping it hands-on, and we don't want to take over the world. We just kind of want to make good architecture that's responsible and, do it one project at a time.